Hello everyone, it's Ngozi and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to provide an update to a series of videos I've been doing yearly. One of my first videos on this channel that did really well. I'm going to make sure to link it down. How I cured my dry, itchy scalp. Alright, so if you haven't watched that video, pause this, watch it, come back to this, or watch this. You can go back, they're related, so I don't think you necessarily have to watch that for one first because this is an update of it. But this is something I struggle with since 2015, dry scalp. I'm not going to go too much into detail. That's why I say watch that video if you really want to know how it started. But basically, I had gained a lot of weight really quickly, and I noticed a lot of changes in my body, specifically my hair. At first, I thought it was dandruff. I was told it was all these different things. Seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis. I tried everything: steroids, ketoconazole, those shampoos, black soap, this one, that one. Tar, T-gel, all that stuff, zinc, pyrithione, nothing was working. All right. So I stumbled across one of Dr. Berg's videos, I believe 2018, 2019, and it was a game changer. And I implemented some of those things, and I definitely have seen the difference. All right. So I have updated my regimen a little, and this is what I'm going to discuss in this video. So if you're interested in this type of content, please make sure you like this video, and I'm going to get into it. All right. For the most part, my regimen has stayed the same. I have made a few tweaks. All right. So I'm still taking this. This is high dose vitamin D with vitamin K2, MK7 derivative. This is Sports Research. I really love their products, love this brand. Like I mentioned in all my videos, before you start taking any supplements or vitamins, please consult with a healthcare professional. Vitamins, minerals are not FDA approved. They go through their own process of how they're regulated. You always want to make sure you know your levels and you're within range before you just start taking supplements, because you don't want to be overdosing, underdosing, any of that stuff, especially if you have any conditions where you take blood thinners like warfarin, Coumadin, or any of that type of stuff. So please make sure you consult with a healthcare professional before taking any supplements. All right, going off that, I do still take this. I started taking it every other day. Before I was taking it daily. I mentioned I have a video about my vitamin D levels. It started off really low. You usually want it to be between 30 to 100 nanograms per milliliter. Mine was definitely below that. Now I'm at about like 70. So I started taking it every other day because I don't think I need that high of a dose of vitamin D daily. So it works out for me. I still take this, love it, vegan, really good products, really good ingredients. So I still take this. I also take fish oil, one daily. I just started this brand, but I've used other brands. Just one really good quality fish oil daily just helps with like other issues, like I've had knee pain and things like that. So I believe it also is helping with my scalp as well. And I also take a multivitamin. I've run out, so like I'm not really particular. I'm still trying to find one that I really like. I don't take any of that like hair, skin, and nails or bites and stuff, but I do take a multivitamin daily. So that for the most part stayed the same. I still avoid oil on my scalp. I don't oil my scalp. I took off my wig so you guys can see these flat twists I had under my wig. I don't oil my scalp. I just put oils and creams on my hair. I don't put anything on my scalp. I keep my scalp clean because oil on my scalp irritates me. And I try to wash my hair every 2 to 3 weeks so my scalp stays clean, because it does start flaring up here and there, especially during the winter. I try and avoid anti-inflammatory foods. I don't really drink soda juice. Try and stay low on the sugar. Drink a lot of water. Work out, exercise. All that stuff does help. I'm not gonna lie. So for the most part, that has stayed the same. What I have changed, all right? I have changed a few things. Number one, I don't use sulfur 8 anymore. I used to use that on my scalp and used to flare out and stuff, but I've done some research. It had ran out, number one, and I know there's some research linking it to like cancer and all this stuff, and some of the ingredients aren't the best, and sometimes the smell would nauseate me, it's a little strong, so I stayed away from that. I haven't used sulfur 8 in a minute, probably up to a year, so I don't use sulfur 8 anymore. I started using this steroid this year, clobetasol. My hairstylist had recommended that she used it, and this was a game changer. Because I had gotten knotless braids in South Africa in October, took them out in November, and my scalp was just so irritated. So that's another thing I would mention. I really try to minimize braids and stuff. Even after I did these flat twists, all that stuff, braids, cornrows, single braids, they irritate my scalp, and I see a difference in like my flaking when I use them. So she recommended I go to my dermatologist, and I told my dermatologist, and she got gave me the solution, because sometimes they give you the foam, but you know, with our hair texture, the foam can like be like too much. So this is really helpful, just having the solution, shake it, put it on my scalp. Like when I start getting flares, like a week or so, sometimes I don't even use it within the 2 to 3 weeks I wash my hair. It just depends. But during the winter, January, February, it was really irritating me post those braids, so I had to get something, and this has really helped me. So if you're having issues, I would ask your dermatologist about clobetasol topical solution. This is 0.05%. I mentioned avoiding braids and like those type of tight protective styles, because I've noticed that they irritate me. That really has changed the game, and I just really just lower manipulation overall. So like I try not to do too much with my hair. Where I'm at this point in my life, I don't really change things up too much. I don't have the energy, I don't have the time. I just try and keep it simple. You know, maybe I have 2-strand twists, then after that I go to a protective style, then go back to like 2-strand twists, go to protective style, then maybe get my hair straightened and trimmed, go to protective style. So it's really just in between, back and forth, like my normal to go to style, then like a protective style, just so that my hands are not always in my hair, I'm not always touching it. That's why I don't want to wash it too often either, because all that stuff, manipulating, touching it, pulling it, tugging it, your hair comes out and also affects my scalp. Yeah, so for the most part, some things have changed, some things have remained the same. But I did mention I don't do sulfur-in anymore, and I started using a topical steroid, so that has really been helpful. But if you've suffered from dry, itchy scalp, let me know what you do, what works for you, anything you try that you really want to share, what hasn't worked for you. Let's talk more down below. And also, my dermatologist had diagnosed me with seborrheic dermatitis again. All right, so I told you I was psoriasis at a point, dandruff. It's not any of those. I'm just sticking with the seborrheic dermatitis and just, you know, managing it the best I can. But let's share our experiences and comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.